France's Interior Minister, Bernard Cazeneuve, has been appointed as the new Prime Minister. He takes over from Manuel Valls, who stepped down to run in the presidential election next year. Cazeneuve has been in the cabinet for more than 2 years and oversaw the security operations following several attacks linked to Daesh. Well, let's get more on Cazeneuve's appointment. We're joined by Myriam Francois, who's in London. Myriam, is this in any way a surprise? And what exactly can you tell us about Bernard Cazeneuve then?
Well, not really for all of the France watchers out there. François Hollande has been facing some opposition from within his party for a while now, not least as his popularity levels have sunk throughout his presidency. And chief amongst those has been, of course, Manuel Valls, who's now put his hat in the ring for the next presidential elections. He's hoping to be the candidate for the left. Now, in the midst of that, François Hollande was looking to appoint someone in his place who would be an ally, somebody who's very close to him. Bernard Cazeneuve is that man. He's always been a very discreet politician, somebody who has never openly criticized the president, who's always been considered a very close ally to him. He's also got a wealth of ministerial experience. He's served in several different posts within the government. And of course, he's overseen some of France's most difficult periods in recent history. So he has served as Interior Minister, as head of the police during some of the most recent terrorist attacks. And given François Hollande's keen focus on security and counter-terrorism, it did seem like a very natural choice.
Obviously, François Hollande has decided that he won't be running. There's a lot of talk that Marine Le Pen on the right is going to have a huge impact in next year's presidential election. Is Manuel Valls the man to secure victory for the left? That's obviously what they're hoping.
Well, Manuel Valls is somewhat tainted by the fact he has served under François Hollande's presidency, and in so doing, he's also led some of the more pro-business reforms, which many of his fellow socialists within the party are quite critical of. Many of them see him as a sort of almost Tony Blair-like figure within the Socialist Party. That is somebody seeking to move the party more towards the centre-right. And there's a sense, of course, within the party that, and this is the real division, whether the party should be leaning more towards a centre-right position to try and compete with the other main party, which looks to be the stronger one, if you believe the polls, and of course no one does any these days anyway. But certainly at the moment, it looks more likely that we'll be seeing a runoff between the National Front, that would be Marine Le Pen, and François Fillon, who's the favourite for Les Républicains, that is the centre-right or right-wing party in France. Now, Valls, of course, is coming up against all of that. He's not that popular. A recent poll suggests 69% of the French don't trust him. And so, yes, he's coming up against quite a lot of obstacles to make it through. But who knows? It's open now to debate within the Socialist Party as to who they want for their candidate.
OK, Myriam, thank you.